How do ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, it's Yorkshire Blazeman here, and today I have a knife review for you. But first of all, happy Yorkshire Day. It's the 1st of August today, so happy Yorkshire Day for all of you Yorkshire people out there. As you know, my knife video is coming out on Thursday, but since it's Yorkshire Day today, I thought I'm just going to do one now and upload it today instead of my normal time schedule on Thursdays. But anyway, so if you were with me when I first started my channel, my videos were quite poor. I didn't have a tripod or a camera set up. I basically sat down at my desk, propped my phone up on a book or something, and then reviewed it like that, my knife, so like showing it like this, and it was pretty shit. So I deleted all my old videos, and I'm restarting, so I'm making fresh reviews of them. I'm going to start off here with the Filmam Dueros Grande. Interesting name. This is a Portuguese knife from Pelaculu, which is in the north of the country, north east. I'll put a map up showing you it, but the Pelaculu is a region in Portugal, near Porto, I believe, in that north of the country, but to the northeast. It's a very small town or region in Portugal, and there are two major knife industries in Portugal. It is Filmam, or just Mam, and there's Icel, ICEL, both of which I have. But this is one of the main knives you probably will see by the Portuguese. It's a new locking knife they do. Icel don't many locking knives, they mainly function and go towards chef knives, butchery knives, stuff like that, but they do make some folders. But Mam is more of your hunter knife, and they make locking knives as well. Locking knives are illegal in Portugal though, so if you want to buy one of these in Portugal, you can't buy it from a shop because it's illegal to sell them. You have to look online and buy it online, which is similar to UK, but you can actually buy locking knives in the UK from a shop. I don't know how long that's going to last though, but anyway. So, carrying on. So as I said, this is a Portuguese made knife. Let's go over some of the aspects before I go into the specs. So we have a stainless steel inox blade in a clip point form. The point is not so severe, as you can see. You can compare it to my Filamam 411L. And that reminds me, let's do a size comparison before I do any more aspects. So as I said, this is the Filamam 411L, Filamam from Spain. Here is your Spyderco Tenacious. So you can see it's a relatively big knife. I would say your Tenacious is your average style or average carry knife, you know, 3.5 inches blade, I believe, a nice reasonable sized handle, small medium sized compact for EDC, and just a lovely knife full of price point. This is one of Spyderco's budget blades, but it's lovely. I love it. I can't afford in the UK now for the a good Spyderco, so it costs like £200, and I'm not going to pay that. So anyway. So as I said, we've got a stainless steel inox blade, clip point, satin finish. It's not a very serious clip point, but it is a clip point blade. We have a nice beechwood handle, curvature. And now, the good thing about Mam is, if I compare it to their Dueros Grande, another one of their famous knives, and the Opario, I have 3 of them, they all use beechwood, but because beechwood comes in many colours, or you can't really get the same colour over and over again. It's nice that you can get different colours. So this is all beechwood, but it's in different colours. So that's a nice sort of thing to get. Put this away. So yeah, so it's a beechwood handle, and it's like a nice light brown. It tapers down. Let's see, you got a nice, good grip. We have a liner lock, but you push it to the right instead of to the left, like the Spyderco Tenacious. So you push that to the left, and the knife closes. On this one, you push the bar to the right, and then the knife will close, like a Victorinox. They say this because it's for a safety usage. So if you're right-handed and you accidentally press the bar because it sticks out, you're not going to disengage the knife and cut yourself. Like the Spyderco Tenacious, if I'm using it, my finger cannot possibly disengage for lock because where my thumb is. But with this, if I'm using it, I could accidentally. It will take a lot of pressure, but I could disengage the lock if I'm using it like this. So that's a safety feature, and it does have a little arrow here telling you push that to the right and then you close. It's not a full bar liner lock, as you can see. It's just a bit of metal 3/4 of the way up the handle here, which is a tab on the end to close it, unlike a traditional liner lock where you have a full sheet of metal, piece of metal coming up to disengage. So yeah. So we have a stainless steel bolster with one stainless steel pivot, pivot in there, which has been hammered in and rounded off, and you cannot loosen this and you cannot tighten this because there is no torque mark or anything in there. It's just circled up. So we've got a satin finish, and let's go over some of the aspects on it. And we have MAM Portugal Descende 1870R. So this has been laser cutted into the wood, which is a nice feature instead of just painted on anything. They've taken the time to laser cut it in. So I was saying Descende since 1870. So this is a family run business in Portugal. Yeah, not much more to say there, but it's nice that they have laser cutted it in, just to make it nicer. Now the name Dueros, I just thought I'd mention this quickly, it's the Dueros Valley or the Dueros River that mainly flows into Portugal, one of the major rivers, so that's why it's called the Dueros. The names of them are Portuguese related to the Iberico region, the Iberian Peninsula, which you call the Iberico, so that's why this is what's called that. And the Opario, it's just like the worker, roughly translating to the worker, to a worker or something like that, so that's why. And this is meant to be a worker's knife, so this is why this is called the Opario. Anyway, so the Dueros. So the closed length for this knife is 11.1 centimeters. So it's a relatively big knife in your pocket. The blade length is roughly 9 centimeters. So you got a big, nice, chunky blade length, and the overall length is 19.1 centimeters. So if that is a fairly large knife. For everyday carry. If I compare it to an open L number 8, which is basically what MAM is. It's basically the open L of Portugal. If I can get one out, there we go. It's just a bit bigger than the open L number 8, and in my personal preference, I think it's nicer. The ring lock I'm okay with. I don't mind it, but I prefer the liner type tab. And carbon steel is not my favourite, stainless steel is. I like a good stainless steel. They don't specify what stainless steel it is, but it's not rusted on me yet, anything like that, so I'm guessing it could be 440C. That's my personal guess, because it doesn't take long to sharpen. It's a very good quality steel, so I'm guessing 440C. If anyone actually knows, please do correct me, but they don't say it on the package or anything. So, as I said, it's stainless steel, finished satin, clip point blade. Handle scales are a beechwood, lock is a liner. The blade thickness is 2mm, and the handle thickness is 1.7 centimeters. So you got a big chunky handle. Compare it to the Tenacious, so you can see the Kun, and compare it to the Dueros Grande. Now you're going to see, typically with traditional knives like this, a big chunky handle, just a piece of wood rounded over, like, as I said, the open L. But that's what you get for traditional knives. Traditional knives are always going to be a bit chunkier. This is a very traditional English knife. This is an English jackknife, or sailor's knife. And this is quite thin though, but as you can see, it is chunky compared to a Tenacious. Anyway, so I'm just saying that. Let's go with the good, the bad and the ugly, like a Nick Shabazz type thing there, but a Yorkshire version. So, the alright and the shite. There we go. How about that? Yorkshire version. The alright, the shite. Okay. So the things about it is that aesthetically, how it looks like a stunning knife, a nice classic traditional knife. Looking at it, it doesn't look ugly. It looks quite nice. If I prefer traditional knives over modern tactical knives. To me, that looks just nicer than this, because it is a wooden steel handle. Bro, it's G10. I do like G10. I like tactical knives. I think they are cool, but I prefer traditional knives. Which, if you know my collection, I have a lot of Moeller Spanish traditional knives, and I just prefer them. I do like how it's stainless steel compared to carbon, because stainless steel lasts longer, and it's less. It's not going to rust as much. It's what is the word I'm looking for here? It's less resistant. It's more resistant to rust. So if you look after your blade, then you don't need to worry about rust. Even though it is stainless, stainless steel can rust, but it takes longer, and you really need to, you know, chuck it away and not care about it for it to rust. But anyway, I like how the handle is shaped. It's comfortable in my hand. I like the blade style. I like the liner lock. So these are the right things about it. Your right things about it are the liner lock itself, not the liner lock action. It's just a tab. It is a bit uncomfortable in the hand. It's meant to sit in between these two fingers, I think, because my hand is quite big. It does dig into this from my finger here. I do think you can cut it down a bit, but doing that you're risking having a lot of tab to actually cut the knife to close it. With the Tenacious, with a normal line lock, you've only got a little bit there and you can easily close it because there's a large surface area, even though it's quite tucked in. Because you've got this large cutout here, you can easily just push your thumb in and close it. But with this one here, because you've got such a short one and it sticks out, you need to put a lot of force in to close it. So if you reduce that, you're reducing how you can close a knife. And I think if you did cut that down a bit, you're going to have to use your fingernail to cut in, which is a bit of a shame. Another thing that's alright about it is that, as you can see, it just sits shallow into the handle, so you can open it up like this, but you're getting your hand right in like that. It does come with a finger choil, as you can see here. The alright feature about this, why I think it's alright, is because even though it has it, it is quite small and quite shallow, quite shallow. So it is hard to get your nail in. I think it goes in like a millimetre into the knife, or maybe 2 millimetres. I always like it to be a bit longer and a bit deeper in. Even though the blade is very thin, you can still go in a bit more to open it up. But as you saw there, if I just use my thumb will slip out because it's not that deep. Now the shite things about this knife. Quality control. But I must warn you, when I bought this on Hanny Haynes, it was like £18, so I'm not expecting top edge quality control on that. If I compare it to my Moeller Del Cafador, this cost me €80. No, €70 I think it was. And I expect good quality on this, and that's what I expect, and that's why I got. Amazing quality, fit and finish is perfect, no complaints. But for £18, which all these knives are budget knives, the Iberico I think is the same, and the Opario was about £10. I'm not expecting top of the range quality, but some of it's a bit slack. So number one, if you look here onto the blade, they could have, you see all these jagged lines and the blackness, it's just poor quality. They could have easily just sanded it off when they came out of production, but no, it chose to left it there, and it's just a bit annoying because that could easily be fixed. Same on the blade here, lack of quality control care there. When I got the knife, there was a few marks in it here, there. I know it's wood and that can happen, but I think that's just because it's just been how it's been milled and machined. Same on the bar here, there is that lack of care and the scratch marks, and they could have just easily sanded it off. A lot of people have seen the videos of people reviewing this, say if you look into here, you can still see the saw cuts from a jigsaw to cut out the space for the knife. I don't mind that, I think it looks alright, but because you haven't treated it, then if water gets in there, then it's going to really fuck up the handle, cause rot and stuff like that, and it's not something you really want. And I sort of say you can still see it here where they've milled it and they haven't sanded it off or made it smooth, so then it's just jagging metal that is sustainable to rust. But you know, what can you do for £18? So this has been the review of the Filmam Dueros Grande. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a big thumbs up. You can be more extreme than that, and I hope you will be. Subscribe to my channel, because it will really help me grow, and I would appreciate that. I'm on 152 subs as we speak, so let's increase that. I want to get to 200 by the end of this year, and I think we can do that, so let's do it. So thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you next time.